Today I'm going to show you how to make coffee and walnut cake. For the cake you will need 225 grams of self-raising flour, 225 grams of caster sugar, 225 grams of margarine or butter, 4 eggs, 1.5 tablespoons of instant coffee, 1.5 tablespoons of boiling water and 100 grams of walnuts. To start with, to the coffee add your boiling water and give it a mix until it is dissolved. And pop this to one side. And then to your caster sugar add your margarine or butter, and you want to cream together until well combined. Then add your coffee mixture and give it a mix. And then add your eggs and mix in. And then add your flour and mix until you have a nice batter formed. And then you want to chop your walnuts up. So I bought walnut halves because of decorating the cake, which you'll see in a bit. So to save buying 2 packs of walnuts, but you can just buy chopped walnuts if you want. And then add your chopped walnuts to your cake batter and give it a mix until they're well distributed. And then grease and line 2 7-inch cake tins, which is 18 centimetres. And divide your mixture between the two. And then you want to pop in a preheated oven at gas mark 4, 180 degrees centigrade, or 160 fan assisted, for 45 minutes or until a skewer comes out clean. And then for the coffee buttercream you will need 200 grams of icing sugar, 90 grams of butter, cubed and at room temperature, 1 tablespoon of instant coffee, 2 tablespoons of boiling water and 50 grams of walnut halves. So firstly, to your coffee add your boiling water and give it a stir until it's dissolved, and then you want to pop this to one side to allow it to cool. Then to your icing sugar add your butter, and you want to mash the butter into the icing sugar as much as possible. So I always do the way of like the least amount of equipment possible, so you can just do this with a fork and a lot of willpower and strength. If you have a stand mixer, then chuck it in a stand mixer and it'll do the job for you. With a hand mixer, I would mash in the butter as much as possible before you want to start using that, just because it has a tendency to throw icing sugar around the room. And then once your butter is mashed in as much as you can possibly get it to be, you then want to start adding in your coffee mixture, a little bit at a time until you have the buttercream consistency that you want. It is easier to add than take away, but if you do add too much liquid, put in more icing sugar just to bring it back to the buttercream consistency you want. And then as a complete optional, I am going to be drizzling sugar water on my cakes. So for the sugar water, you will need 50 grams of granulated sugar, 150 millilitres of boiling water and a teaspoon of instant coffee. So add your coffee to your granulated sugar, give it a mix and then add your water and mix until everything is dissolved. And then we're just going to lay out our cake. So I've got a cake board for this. With a cake board, I always spread a little bit of buttercream on the bottom just to stick the cake to it. And then chop the top off your bottom layer cake just to try and level it out. And then you want to drizzle in your sugar water into the bottom of the cake. And then flip over your second layer and drizzle in the sugar water into the bottom of the cake again. And then you just want to spread a layer of buttercream on your bottom layer, sandwich the top layer cake on top, and then spread the rest of your buttercream on the top of the cake. And then using the walnut halves, I just put them on a decorative pattern on the top just to make it look pretty. And there you have it. That's how you make coffee and walnut cake.